This is Morten from INKISH TV, and we are still at IGAS, and actually quite interesting to be here at Komori booth. First of all, it's a 100th years anniversary. There's a new the technology thing, but on a personal note, it's quite interesting because I have wanted for a long time to meet the gentleman we're going to talk to for a second, and then you're from the Netherlands, and still we meet in Japan, Peter.
Yeah, good to see you. Welcome to the Komori booth.
Yeah, and quite strange that we only meet here, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Time is challenging today, but traveling is almost a challenge. But now to see each other in Japan, that's amazing. It's
amazing.
Good to see you here. Yeah,
good to see you. IGAS, how important is that for Komori?
Yeah, I think IGAS is a really important exhibition in general. I mean, not only for the Asian market, but it also pretty much sets the milestone of what we have to do for the next couple of years in terms of development. So, yeah, we believe it's a really good milestone in between, and especially with the runner-up to other exhibitions. Yeah, this can give you already an impression what's ahead of us. So that's pretty amazing.
And if we think of this is a third day, and you said that the 2 days before was, I mean, I've been at the booth.
Extremely busy. Yeah, it's good to see so many people.
Yeah.
Of course, you still notice that the travel restrictions are not fully over, so you do see
some limitations, and we still wear face masks and when we are not on camera, and that is something that's a little bit different from Europe.
Yeah, that's something we have to get used to again. But overall, you will see it's really busy. We got a lot of people over here from different countries as well. Yeah, mainly the Asian market, obviously, but that's it's good to see.
We're going to talk about technology in a second, but I'm just a little bit curious because you have a quite big booth here, actually.
Yeah.
Right? What is the overall like the themes that you're presenting here?
Yeah, the basic theme that we have is actually connected automation, as you can see on the booth. And pretty much what we're trying to say is that within the Komori concept with KP Connect, we're able to connect all processes together and pretty much enhance the level of automation, not only for the press, but for the total production flow. And that's what we're trying to show over here. The collaboration between all the products together, and that's really important.
I can't help think about it, and it's not meant as a provocation, but more like trying to understand a little bit, because you know, if you think of let's say the 4 or 5 big offset manufacturers, do you think all of you combined have been a little bit slow to get into the digital transformation, and now you're finally getting there, or?
Yeah, I think digital transformation has so many different forms. I think that's also what's difficult to see. People think on digital printing or data management, but also now the connection with different products and product categories together. That's kind of a challenge, and that's also where the trick lies.
And this, I mean, when you have the connected automation, I mean, it's connectivity, IoT, robots, AGVs, I mean, all the buzzwords we have.
Exactly.
I mean, you show everything here, right?
Exactly, yeah. And this is also, normally it's very difficult to grasp, especially when you talk about connectivity. It's pretty much a theme in the cloud, not very visible, but here on the booth you can actually see it, you can touch it, and that makes it really easy to understand for our visitors today.
Let's talk a little bit about the technology behind us. And we're going to talk about a lot of technology. We have all the time we need. But if you look at the Lithone Advanced G37 here, which is a perfection press LED UV, and we look at this machine, it looks a little bit different from some of the other Komori machines I have seen. What is this machine? Can you talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, definitely. It's a really important format size, but also the design is slightly different. So you can see it's a slightly new design.
It is slightly smaller in footprint.
Slightly shorter in footprint, and that's again, it offers still the option to print 16 pages A4 sides with the color bar. But also it prevents a lot of waste in terms of paper, but also blankets, energy. Well, with the current energy prices, this is quite an important thing to consider as well.
And one of the things that you told me just before we turned on the camera, which I like, because of course the audience can now see the 2 camera inspection systems you have, but that's part of the Autopilot system that basically automate the press almost entirely, right?
Yeah, I think also one of the issues is that labor shortage is a very important issue, of course, and also we want to really make it simple to operate the press. And in order to do so is to reduce the touch points as much as possible. So pretty much with the new cameras we are able to push a single button and start the whole operation process. It prints the first job, it knows when to stop the job, it makes a changeover automatically, it starts up the job again, and also knows exactly when the sheet is ready for production. So it makes a distinguishing between make ready and production, and basically continues the full run.
And you also said that Autopilot is also like improving overall quality throughout the entire production, right?
Yeah. In this situation, for example, the new feature is that we have, it not only scans the register marks, if the register is perfectly aligned, it also scans the color. And if these two elements are perfectly done, it also makes a comparison with the PDF. So that's even more important. So you got an extra layer of security and quality involved.
When you look at the market, I don't know if you mainly know about the European market, but maybe also from a global perspective. Yeah. I think there's a lot of commercial companies that have been talking, or the commercial print side maybe to some extent is declining a little bit, and the need for being more effective in setup time and also for the online printers. Is this something that addresses these changes in the market?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, of course you see the commercial market is under pressure, so also in this matter we need to be as efficient as possible. I think Komori really took a healthy look towards the actual operation time of all the presses installed in the Komori field. And we really could see that there is still a lot of things that we can gain from this. So hence clever software like KP Connect, we are analyzing how can we make data visible for the customer to make smarter and clever decisions to keep their press up and running to the maximum amount of time. And that's crucial for the commercial market.
And I think that when I visit a lot of printing companies, it seems that Komori has, I mean, you have a good market share, and it seems that you are, the customers appreciate your products a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's really good to see. Yeah? We've got a really strong customer base, and we really see that we can also expand in different markets. Not only commercial market, but also the packaging market. We are growing over there with new innovations, new solutions. Today also on the booth we zoom into our digital solutions. With
because I was just about to say that you have Komori is not just like the offset, it's also on the digital side.
It's a lot wider than I think people actually realize. We also have Komori web presses, we've got currency presses, Chambon, so the portfolio is really expanding, and that's good.
So that makes your job a little bit harder because you have to market even further, right?
Yeah, it's not only harder, but also it's quite exciting, because with so many different technologies, you always get a boost of new innovations in different fields. I mean, we're also able to adapt technologies from different markets in the commercial and packaging and vice versa. So that's really helpful.
I was just thinking, because, and maybe you don't know, maybe you can't talk about it, but I always like Komori from the perspective that you have partnered with both Konica Minolta on the IS-29 and you have with Lande on it. What is the model called? I-40?
Yeah, the IS-29 is pretty much the collaboration with Konica Minolta, which is the 29-inch inkjet.
Yeah.
And we also have the collaboration with Landa Technology, where we jointly developed the project.
Is it called IS-40 or?
We've got the NS-40.
NS-40.
The nano sheet fed 40-inch press.
Of course, yeah. And I was just wondering, is it also something like leads you into like, okay, we should have our own developments of digital printing?
You can never exclude that. I mean, Komori is always innovating, so you can never exclude there is an own development. But I think with all the partners together, you can make some really good steps.
That's great. Yeah. And talking about technology, now we spoke a little bit about the press, but you have the delivery system with the AGVs and everything like that. Yeah. Talk about it a little bit, because you have robots here as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. Basically what we try to show on this booth with KP Connect at the center, we try to connect as many product chains together as possible. And now on this press, we've got a slightly modified delivery, where the KP Connect actually steers the whole production process. So when the job's actually finished, we've got an AGV collecting the pallet of paper and bringing it to the next station. So again, it's another level of automation.
Isn't that just amazing?
It's really good, really good.
Thank you, Peter.
Thanks.
Good to see you.
Thanks.